Well, it looks like Google and YouTube have now officially ended their DEI hiring practices and are now moving for more policies to remove, more of their woke policies, more DEI. So they had diversity hiring targets, which is like, hey, we need to hire X number of people that are X number of colors, which is bonkers. You literally cannot hire the best person for the job if that's how you're hiring people. There is no way that works. Well, now this is perhaps the biggest company yet to back out, and the details are pretty interesting. A huge shout out to this video sponsor, Aura. It's a service that I use, I love, I highly recommend it to you, and I recommend it to my family and friends. Big companies with poor security get hacked every day, and your personal information is being sold on the dark web, so spammers, scammers, and identity thieves can target you and face zero repercussions for it. I mean, remember when National Public Data got hacked and they got all of our social security numbers and all that kind of stuff? I mean, have you ever had a data breach happen to you? It certainly has happened to me, and that's why I'm so happy that I have Aura. Aura keeps you safe online by doing all the hard work for you. They will identify data brokers who are selling your information, submit opt-out requests on your behalf. If you just give Aura a few weeks, you'll stop seeing your information on these sites when you search for yourself, which will lead to less spam and so much more. They also have $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. The Aura app also has a VPN with 100 plus virtual locations. Give it a try. You can go to my link, aura.com/thequartering, to try 14 days for free. Just try the trial. I'm sure you're going to be shocked by how much they find. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal information has been exposed. Now, Google destroys diversity hiring targets. Search Giant is eliminating goals to hire more minority employees and reviewing all DEI programs as part of a pullback across Silicon Valley. Again, this isn't because suddenly these people woke up to, their dumb woke policies. It's because they never worked. Google is eliminating its goal of hiring more employees from historically underrepresented groups and reviewing some diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, joining other tech giants, rethinking their approach to DEI. Now, this, of course, is spurred on by a new president, Donald Trump, and you get what you incentivize. And we know that the previous administration incentivized all sorts of woke nonsense. Now, it's no longer incentivized, so suddenly these companies don't care. In 2020, amid calls for racial justice for St. Floyd, Google set an arbitrary target of 30%, the proportion of leadership representation of underrepresented groups by 2025. Why 30%? Don't know. What's the correct percentage? Don't know. But 30% is the number that they pick, and it's completely arbitrary. This stuff doesn't work. It's window service. It's just nonsense. Just hire the best first person for the job. I keep getting told all these H-1Bs are like the best people imaginable. Isn't the CEO of Google Sundar Pichai? I'm pretty sure that they're pretty diverse. But anyway, parent company Alphabet, Google, down 8% today. Annual report released Wednesday omitted a sentence stating that they were committed to making diversity, equity, and inclusion a part of everything we do, and to a growing workforce that is representative to the users we serve. Now, is that why their stock dropped? I don't know. Google also said it was reviewing recent court decisions and executive orders by President Trump aimed at curbing DEI in the government and federal contractors. The company is evaluating changes to our programs required to comply with, the email said. Black and Latino people have long been underrepresented in the tech industry. Google's 2024 diversity report said that 5.7% of its U.S. employees were Black and 7.5% were Latino. Again, this is, arbitrary, irrelevant numbers. Get good. It's also located in a country that is overwhelmingly white. Nobody ever seems to kind of point out that obvious thing. The company said it would continue opening and expanding offices in cities with diverse workforces, will continue to invest in the states across the United States and many countries globally. But in the future, we will no longer have aspirational goals, the email said. Google said it will continue resource groups for underrepresented employees. This is also something that companies shouldn't have because it just promotes division. Google has always been committed to creating a workspace where we hire the best people wherever we operate. That's a lie. You yourself had said 30% of your hires are based on their skin color, or that was your goal, right? What is the odds that all 30% of those people are the best person for the job? Near zero. Sure, some of them probably are. Some of them probably are. We hope to create an environment where everyone can thrive and treat everyone fairly, the email said. That's exactly what you can expect to see going forward. Facebook owner Meta Platforms last night eliminated the team overseeing its diversity efforts. Meta's vice president of human resources, Janelle Gale, told employees that legal and policy landscapes surrounding diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in the United States are changing. They've wanted to get rid of this for a long time. They've wanted to get rid of this since 6 months after they instituted this nonsense and realized that it actually doesn't lead to better performance. They're just using Trump as, the scapegoat, which I'm fine with, because that just means we're getting we're getting better qualified people. Look, if the best qualified person happens to be black or Latino or Asian or whatever, or Pakistani, I don't care. Cool, hire them. But the fact that you have goals based on people's skin colors, that's racist. That's insane. Amazon in December told employees that it would wind down some of its diversity initiatives by the end of 2024. It has removed it. It removed its website from the phrase from the website, diversity, equity, and inclusion are good for business, while keeping other references to diversity and inclusion. Several companies have been targeted with shareholder proposals aimed at ending DEI efforts. Apple has recommended that shareholders reject a proposal from the National Center for Public Policy Research, a conservative think tank, to end the company's inclusion and diversity experts. Well, this is what happens when you have shareholders, quite frankly. They're the ones making the calls. And if the shareholders say that's no good, then that's not what they're going to want. Now, this story was published 20 minutes ago on the Wall Street Journal, and I've done the research so you don't have to go to their stupid, crappy website. But let's look at some of the early response. Google is eliminating minority hiring goals. The Trump effect is real. Yeah, Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Because of Trump, they will be unemployed. The government and so many major companies now doing away with programs that support diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. Hate, corruption, and disinformation is booming in America. I see you have a Ukraine flag, a Canadian flag, and a Mexican flag in your bio. Good for you. Nature is healing, expensive virtue signaling. It's the white way. Hire the best and brightest. Oh, so Sundar Pichai is a majority segment of the United States? Exactly. The majority segment of the United States is white, so of course that's what you're going to have. McDonald's, January 7th, scaled back its DEI. This is not anything new. You see this in an email to its employees Wednesday. Google said it would no longer set hiring targets. Let's look at some of the replies here. 2.3 thousand likes so far. DEI must die. Google and Facebook did some bad things. Major win. Let's see if they're willing to stand up to Planned Parenthood, asking them to censor pregnancy centers next. I don't want that. People should be able to find these places if they want and make their ultimate decision. A lot of people saying, hey, don't fall for it. They're still as woke as ever. This is huge. Will they start to eliminate censorship? I don't know. Curious to see this. I had made it a point to avoid Target. Maybe after the great work, after Robbie Starbuck, I may step in again if it's convenient. Nice work, Robbie. Robbie can turn a spotlight to LA Fitness. People are just done with this. This is all the Trump effect. If we go to the McDonald's stuff, you can see McDonald's scaling back its DEI efforts. If we go to that, that's just a week ago or a month ago. Monday said that it would retire its specific diversity goals, including those requiring suppliers to meet DEI targets, and will cease participating in all external diversity surveys. The CEO of McDonald's explained that the company is rebranding its diversity team, now calling it Global Inclusion Team, as the name better reflects the company's inclusive values and aligns with the team's work. Look, we have to stay vigilant. We have to make sure that these companies aren't just renaming it. Like we saw DEI get renamed to Bridge, for example. If Google is still doing race-based hiring, if YouTube is still doing that, if Amazon, McDonald's, Facebook, certainly the level of censorship in my experience is still high at Facebook. Like, it seems as bad as it ever was at Facebook. Now, I know these things sometimes take a level, take some time to heal, but we're going to have to wait to see. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe or follow, and we'll talk to you again real soon.